Silicon Valley Bank was shut down Friday. The Wall Street Journal reports, quote, "The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation said it has taken control of SVB via a new bank it created called the Deposit Insurance National Bank of Santa Clara. All of the bank's deposits have been transferred to the new bank," the regulator said, end quote. Deposit Insurance National Bank just doesn't sound as flashy as Silicon Valley Bank. This seems to be another result of the latest tech bubble going poof. A bank that appealed to capitalistic startups is now nationalized. And here's the deal. There's a lot of factors at play here. We had the COVID money injection in years past. We had rising interest rates by the Fed that affected the balance sheet of the bank because of investment decisions. There are all kinds of reasons. But that's not the point of this video. What I want to do is take a step back. I want to remind us of this easily forgotten maxim. Ready? 4 words. No one knows anything. I like to beat this point into people's heads because it needs to be beaten. Peter Bernstein said this: "Forecasts create the mirage that the future is knowable." It's not knowable. And the story of SVB is just another story in a multiplicity of stories that the future is not knowable. So here's what happened in the months before and even a few days before the bank failed on March 10th. One day earlier, the reputable Morningstar via Morningstar Quantitative Research had a fair value of $212 and change on the stock and showed that it was undervalued at a 50% discount. To be fair, they made it clear that uncertainty was extreme, and they only gave it 3 stars instead of their famous 5. Here's another. Wells Fargo Equity Research, 2 days before the bank collapsed and got an adorable new government name, said this: "While the funding model is under pressure due to private market valuation disruption, we believe that SIVB should continue to see a premium valuation due to strength of the franchise and rate shares to overweight." Translation: buy more. Okay, they did drop their price target from $350 to $300. What about the mad money man himself, Jim Cramer? In a segment a month ago regarding SIVB's problems, he said this: "The fears were not justified," and "the stock's still cheap." Guess what? He said that at $320 a share. Enough name dropping. On Friday, all 19 of the recommendations on Yahoo Finance's recommendation trends for the stock in March had it as a strong buy. Buy and hold. There were no underperform and sells in sight. So this is not one person or one firm's problem. Listen up. It's easy to pick on other people's failed opinions. It's much harder for you and for me to highlight our own. So this is a good reminder that all of us can use a dose of humility. Even when it comes to finances. We know this, but humility is hard. We ourselves get caught up on our own opinions. And let me say this. When it comes to banking and banking systems, we can play the Wall Street versus Main Street game, but here's the deal. Some people have really been affected by this. So this is not about making fun of financial harm. This is about the folly of financial forecasting. So for now, be careful when you make investment decisions based on research and opinions, even when they are your own.